Hey Sunshine, and welcome to the Do As Bloom podcast, where we uncover and discover who we are through creating space to reconnect with ourselves. I'm your guide Bria, an involvement and life coach for moms. The key to you living as your authentic self is to evolve and witness. Now is the time to have courage and embrace change. Your relationship with yourself is the only true constant. Observing yourself throughout seasons of your life will allow you to always be in alignment with the desires of your heart. Before we get started, I have to remind you of your influence because you are an inspiration.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Do As Bloom podcast. Welcome back. I am enjoying a piece of banana bread. I made a huge loaf of banana bread, and I wish I had someone to share it with. I gave a few slices to my mom, but banana bread. If anybody's a fan, let me know. I'll share my recipe. But before I get into this banana bread and editing the next podcast episode and all this, that, and the third, I want to let you know that you're doing great. And the only person stopping you from doing what you want to do is you. It's you. And guess what? You have choice, power, and control over your life. So you know what that means? We gotta get to work. We gotta get clear about what we want and what we want to decide for ourselves. I would love to chat with you all about New Year's resolutions just a little bit. Last night I was talking to my client and we were talking about creating experiences for ourselves. She was cooking dinner, and while she was cooking dinner, she was like, why just cook dinner when you can like create a whole vibe? And so she put on some of her favorite tunes, she lit a candle, and she created an experience that allowed her to feel more comfortable, more safe, and enjoying her life way much more than just like cooking dinner and relishing and ruminating on her thoughts, right? And then this morning I was having a conversation with my mom, and she was talking about how she was planning for the things that she's going to do with my younger siblings. So my mom, we call the babies the second wave, because like obviously all of my siblings that I grew up with, we're all out of the house now, but the second wave, the two babies, round two, they are still at home. And so my mom is planning for what the year could and might look like this year. She was talking about taking days off. She was talking about taking days off just for herself, away from the children. She was talking about like having days with the kids, and it just got me thinking about how we have so many things on our plate. And these are my mom's words. She said, it's crazy to think that you're doing this without a plan, like you're just going through this without a plan. And I love that she was talking about creating time for herself, because I'm like, yes, you're speaking my language, let's do it. Right? She's speaking my language. And I was like, this is so good. I'm so proud of you. Keep doing this. And it just got me thinking about something I've been sitting on for a while. I think it's important to create a home directory. And I'm tying these two stories together, because creating an experience for yourself in the way of, during dinner time, I'm going to light a candle and play my favorite tunes, is in the same way. It takes a bit of intentionality to know, one, that this is an option for you. You don't have to cook dinner in silence. If you want to create a vibe, you can. If you want to listen to music, you can. If you want to light a candle, you can. You don't have to wait for the optimal situation to do those things or wait for another day. Like, you can decide to do it today and be in your body and be like, if this is what would feel supportive right now, let me go and do those things. And that's what my client did in that moment. And as my mom is planning and doing things, she's being a little bit proactive in the way that she's going through the January and how she wants to navigate it and what she wants to try out and explore and experiment during the season to see what's going to work. And she was just talking about so many different aspects of her life. She was talking about meal prepping. She was talking about organizing things for the kids to do, taking time off as away from being a parent. She was talking about just all the things that you could be thinking about, everything. She was talking about astrology and like dabbling in that and learning more. And it's just like creating space so all those things can happen. I don't know who told me this, but I was thinking about how your dream life is just a thing of the future. What you're dreaming of might not even be what you actually want. And so it's just like, okay, if this is what I think I want, why can't I just implement those things now? So if you want to create space for yourself, and if you want to create time to experience yourself and enjoy your own company, you don't have to defer it. You can choose to do it now and solidify that that's something that you want, and do the trial and error now instead of waiting for this optimal thing to decide. Because I kind of lost my train of thought here, but But that goes back to having the awareness of all the things that you're juggling. When you have the awareness of all the things that you're juggling, you can ask yourself, if I had to juggle all these things, how would I want to do it? How would I make it so that I feel good and I'm showing up in a place in the mindset that I am being my most authentic self and I'm enjoying life as it is right here in the present. And so for the next few weeks on the podcast, we're going to explore building a house directory. And so in my mind, what a house directory is just like when you're going on a landing page, or let's go here. Let's say that your household is a company. Your life and itself is a company. And if you go onto your company's website, there is a directory that tells you all the different things that goes on in this company, where to find XYZ, who to talk to about those things. And it's almost making a plan and a strategy for you to refer back to give yourself guidance when things gets all crazy. And I like this a lot because I have unintentionally created a house directory, which is why I'm sharing this concept with you. And it's like all the things that you're juggling. What are all the things you're juggling? Whether you have kids or not, whether you're single or married, what are the things that you're juggling in your life? Spending time with the kids, spending time with your partner, taking your kids to extracurricular activities if they're doing this, so helping them with homework. Those are all the people that you are juggling in this scenario that we're going along with, because we don't really juggle people, but we definitely have to be intentional about where we want to spend time with these people. And then where do we want to spend time with ourselves? Okay, those are all the people that I interact with on a day-to-day, but it's also like, okay, these are all the people I'm interacting with, but how do I live my life? Am I a breakfast person? Am I a morning person? What's my morning routine like? Is my morning routine important to me? And it's like thinking about those things. And then like financially, I know I'm word vomiting a lot on you, and that's why we're going to break it down throughout the next few episodes on the podcast. But it's like, what do I want to eat? What type of food do I want to eat? When do I want to wake up in the morning? What time do I want to leave the house? How long is my commute to work? And so it's like thinking about all the things that you're juggling. All the things. I said so many things, but it's like thinking about all the things that you're juggling and figuring out how you want to gather them. So right now, I don't want you to actually do anything other than think about, what are all the things that are on my plate? What are all the responsibilities that I can't just not do? What are the bills that I have to pay? Who are the people I need to show up for? And just look at this list and sit with it. Sit with it for the next 24 hours. Sit with all the things, because we're going to build the house directory so that you can have an intentional plan and resources that you can refer back to. When I was in school, when I went to college, and they handed out all those programs to me about what time the gym's open, how early dining hall is open, what are the library hours, when are office hours for professors. If I needed a maintenance request for my dorm, where do I do that? I had all that information gathered, so if and when something happened, I could refer back to it. And that's what we're doing when we're building this house directory, okay? That's what we're doing. And I want to give you the next 3 minutes to just sit with all the things that are on your plate, all the responsibilities that you have, who are the people you're showing up for, and it's like, just begin to think about how would I want to make all of these things work, okay? And so this is a bit of lifestyle design is what we're going to do throughout the next few episodes, and we're going to dive deep into a specific part of the house directory as we're diving deep into creating this book of possibility. Yes, maybe I'll make a workbook one of these days and share it so you guys can go through this as a process, but pick up a pen, grab your favorite journal, maybe brew a cup of tea, coffee, whatever your preference is. Take the next 3 minutes to sit with all the things that we talked about today, and I'll see you tomorrow for the first part of this series of building your house directory. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye. If anything resonated with you during this episode, pass it along to a friend. Let's continue the chain reaction of inspiration. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can stay updated with all things Duelist Bloom by joining the Village community email list. The link is in the description below. I hope that today is everything you needed to be and more, and remember, you are an inspiration.